Alright, we're back and we're on the play. Yeah. See, this is what I was saying about a land heavy hand with this deck. It looks fine on the surface, but I just know it's not. This is better. This is a much better hand. Look at this. It's basically 3 lands. I'm keeping this. I'll even top this attune. We're now at 4 lands. Game trail. Showing this. And we're going to lose that other attune. I think we can probably just wait on it. I want that other attune. I want to start building my energy up. Ooh, okay. So, a deck that leads on Inventor's Apprentice tells us one thing. Let's start hitting let's just work towards Ishkanar. I want to put an artifact in, a sorcery, a creature. We can do that naturally as the deck stands right now, as our hand is right now. But we want to get to this. No artifact from the opponent. Maybe I should have played that server out. Alright, opponent's stumbling on lands. So, we're going to attune. We'll go get a forest. Play the forest. Let's play out our servant. Pass a turn. Alright, opponent didn't draw lands, so that's a tilt for him. We don't know if we're against red-white or if we're against black-red. Either way, for aggro, obviously the extra Harness Lightning and the 4 Galvanic Bombardments are key to tempoing the game. We're going to put Chandra in as a threat instead of an Emrakul, just as a more castable threat that can also wipe the board. We've got a Natural State to come in for Copters, which I'm sure they play. And here's where the decision comes. They don't know where Aetherworks Marveling, so I don't feel like I want to take Aetherworks Marvel out at all. I feel like I want to take out Grapple with the Past, because it's a grindy card, not really what the matchup's about. I'll take out one Attune with the Aether, 1 Emrakul, and it's just, this matchup is just about shaving. So I like the Woodweavers. The life gain is very, very good. Alright, so we've made room for... We're going to cut 3 more cards. We can go down an Aetherworks Marvel. And we don't want to get too threat light. It's always a danger of getting too threat light. Don't want to get rid of this Vassal. Vassal's very important for turning Ishkanar on. Chandra Torch of Defiance is not at her best against these decks. And I like keeping 1 Tormenting Voice just to filter a little bit, but I don't want to draw multiples. Drawing 1 would be sweet. So if we look at our converted mana cost again, you see we have heaps of action now on 1 and 2. And then we're just going to try and finish the game with Emrakul and Graf Widow. So really just a lot of trimming for this matchup from me. This hand is a little slow, but probably still a keeper. I'll keep it. I'm not super thrilled about it. Going up the Evolving Wilds has meant I've been seeing them a bit more. I played last night, I played a little bit with 4 Evolving Wilds on deck. I felt like it gave up a lot in terms of the speed of the deck. I wasn't really happy giving up a lot of speed like that. Pass the turn to our opponent. Turn 2 Copter? No. Scrounger. I really don't want to blow this natural state on that. I'd rather save it for Copter. I can block that. Plus I've got Harness Lightnings for that. Let's play this Waste out. Outcome of the Servant. Waste perhaps showing where it can be a little bit bad sometimes in the deck. It really brings up the question, is it worth the waste? Maybe it's just fine to have just the Aether Hubs to cast Thought-Knot Seer on. Especially since Thought-Knot Seer is only a 2-of, you're not necessarily looking to curve into it. I just didn't feel like there was a large cost to playing Waste. Especially as a 1-of in the deck. So we're against the 4-color Mardu deck, which is definitely tier 1. It's a great deck. Very, very strong. It's actually what I played week 1. Alright, here we're going to play the Evolving Wilds out and keep thinning our deck. Sometimes I think about bringing in Tiles Trackers against this matchup, just because it lowers the curve. But really, the biggest problem I have with that is that Tireless Tracker is a 3-2, and they're just going to bombardment it. In fact, it's interesting they brought bombardments in against me. I found that really interesting in their sideboard plan. If this is a Gideon, we could be in a lot of trouble. Let's just remove this now. We let it have a freebie. We'll remove it. We've got double Harness Lightning. It doesn't look like he's on a Copter draw anyway. But that could mean he's kept that hand for a reason. It's probably a Gideon hand. That's, yeah. Okay, Cultivator's Caravan. We can actually take care of that card. Ooh, and Veteran Motorist. It's very strong. So we actually can't take care of this while there's a Veteran Motorist out. So we're just going to take care of this now. Would have been good to have that natural state still in hand. Alright, we're to 3 types. What are we missing? We've got a creature, land, instant. We're looking for a sorcery, planeswalker. Impala. Oh no, it's a Gideon hand. Alright, taking a bit of damage this time. And I think we might be in a lot of trouble. We still haven't shown Marvel either. For however much interest we will. Now, I'm not actually interested in playing Ishkanar because I don't have Delirium. What's the alternatives? Play the Servant. hold up Harness Lightning to take this out. Maybe chump the Gideon. Planeswalkers in general can be problematic for the deck. Obviously there's no direct removal for it. You could splash black in the deck. Instead of having this waste, you have like a swamp. And you play like To the Slaughter sideboard. I wish, Distended Mindbender would be great, but that's black, so it can be a bit how's it going. Alright, our opponent's going to 5 us again. I'm not blocking this turn. We have one more turn to try and get Delirium. Oof. Another Cultivator's Caravan is pretty brutal. I may want Worldbreaker here. Another card that triggers Kozilek Return. Only 3 types in the bin. You gotta do what you gotta do. I think it's fairly safe to say our opponent assumes we have Ishkar. So you may be asking, why am I still playing this game? Why play it out? Because we have Aetherworks Marvel. I'm wearing the Marvel shirt. I'm hoping for rain. Give me an Aetherworks Marvel, let me slam it, activate it, play Emrakul. Will they even get us out here? I don't think it will. I was sort of talking to some friends about this the other night. Sometimes if a swarm of creatures gets in and your engine doesn't get time to get up and running, that can just be enough. Question is, can we even live this turn? I think if I'm the opponent, I just crew that with the Scrounger, and then we're sending Gideon, Scrounger, maybe not Knight. Gideon and Scrounger. Oh, sorry, Gideon and Cultivator's Caravan. And would I double block Cultivator's Caravan, or am I chumping each? I guess I would double block and go to 1. And go looking for a Chandra Flamecaller. I'm very dead here though, that's for sure. Very, very, very dead. So our opponent brought in Galvanic Bombardments. I don't want to bring in the Tireless Trackers against that. So I can't double block here because then I take 5. I need to actually go blocks here, take 3. Yep. Not exactly sure what I'm playing to. Even an Aetherworks Marvel's perfect hit would be probably Chandra Flamecaller here, and we just don't have it. It's just not, that would just wouldn't do it, and land definitely won't do it. So we'll concede this one. Oh, hold on. 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, right at 10 for Emrakul. Alright. So there's a good example of how aggro can just get you. I was mentioning that aggro is not a great matchup. I sort of even value this Chandra just as the removal spell. The question is Wallbreaker. How much do we want him as another way to trigger Kozilek's return? He also destroys enchantments like Cultivator's Caravan. Interesting. I think since we're on the play this time, I'm going to take out the small Chandras. We're going to put in the Wallbreaker. I actually want to put in the 4th Aetherworks Marvel too. I just want to hit that and straight play it. We're going to take off the Tormenting Voice. We're going to get rid of all wheel spinning. The best way to... I don't really need to Tormenting Voice away Kozilek's Return in this matchup because I actually want... The front side is actually all value. There are matchups where Kozilek's Return is pure just fodder for the Tormenting Voice. Like green-black, for example. The back side is good. The front side not so good. Okay. Let's look at this hand. So... we've almost got there. So I'm actually going to keep this because this is potentially a turn 4 Emrakul hand. So I go Forest, Attune, get another Forest, plus turn. No turn 1 play from our opponent, it's good news. I got a Kozilek's Return as well, it's going to be really good for tempoing this game. Yep, Toolcraft example is fine. We've even got a way to trigger it. Alright, so I'm just going to play this now and pass. If Toolcraft Exemplar has something that makes him big, we will K-Return or Harness Lightning. If not, I'll take the 1 damage, no problems, and just sack this Vassal. Cultivator's Caravan. I think we will Harness Lightning this now. Just a straight 1-for-1, it's fine. Could hold that for Cultivator's Caravan, but I'm interested in gaining the energy. Oh, opponent has another one. Oh, it feels bad. So I'm obviously not playing very optimally. So let's maybe slow down a bit and think. Now, we're going to use all our mana efficiently, play this Marvel now. There's no reason not to. We can activate it next turn. It's turn 5 activation. Obviously, I think it would have been ideal to be able to play in a way that I could have had the Vassal plus the Harness Lightning up. But it's all good. It is a little bit late on a work night, so I'm not playing to the best of my abilities. Fevered Visions. That's an interesting one against green-red. I wonder what deck he thought I was before I've now showed this. And that's a excellent draw. Excellent draw. That allows us to pop this Vassal. We'll take the Mountain. It's okay. Play the Mountain. Do we play the Kozilek's Return now and pass within the bin for Marvel? Or do we Marvel immediately? We have Ishkanar. I think it's very, very close. Okay, I think I'm going to pass. No. Because if I pass, he'll be able to crew it. Actually, this is before combat, right? At the beginning of combat. Yeah, okay, cool. So before the beginning of combat, we're going to cast Kozilek's Return. So, we say okay here. Say okay to that trigger. Going to blow up his board. So pre-combat, we're going to Kozilek's Return. He'll crew up his Cultivator's Caravan. And if we hit Emrakul here, it's going to be a big blowout for the opponent. Woodweaver's Puzzle Knot, obviously great here. Still pre-combat, activate this. Natural State might actually do it. Natural State's probably just fine. Actually, sure, just Natural State it. Fevered Visions, I'm not too worried about, so I definitely want to kill this. Fevered Visions, I can just gain some life off Puzzle Knot. Okay, so that worked out all right. Obviously not perfectly, but all right. Yep, no, follow-up Veteran Motorist, all good. Ishkanar is an amazing draw here. We have a lot of good draws from here. A lot. Well, there you go. Sometimes ask and ye shall receive. Question is, how highly do I just want to slam another activation here? I need to get cards out of my hand though, that's for sure. We need one activation off this. We're gonna hold on the. Can we afford to hold on Ishkanar? That's the other question though too. They don't play a lot of burn. They got 4 cards in hand. Yeah. I think it's just lower variance to just play Ishkanar. Just play Ishkanar, because they're gonna have to. They can't just go around this. They have to blow cards to beat it. So let's start getting some cards out of opponent's hands. Worldbreaker here to try and take care of Fevered Visions. Woodweaver's Puzzle not to gain us some life until then. Aetherworks Marvel. Another interaction in this deck. When you play Aetherworks Marvel and sack for the Legendary rule, you'll gain 2 energy, because both Aetherworks Marvels will see this one you sack entering the bin. It sees itself as well. As Moto will demonstrate when I do that next turn, most likely. Okay, so Declaration, no. Copter, that's fine. We're still going to blow up the Fevered Visions. Yep, Motorist, also fine. So probably no attacks this turn. And see, the game plan now is with Ishkanar, force the opponent to go wide, and then try to Marvel into an Emrakul, blowing up the board with Kozilek's Return. Another land is not what we want to see. Play our 7th, land out. Question is Worldbreaker. I think I just want to play 2 cards out of my hand, then I'm down to 2, and it's only if I have 4 or more. Yeah. So we'll just go 1, 2, 3, 4. Play a Marvel. Sacrifice a Marvel. See, double trigger. Fevered Visions feels pretty bad in the face of Woodweaver's Puzzle Knot. You're basically taking it back 3 turns. It's keeping gas in the tank for our opponent though, that's for sure. Maybe I don't destroy this, maybe I'll just destroy the Cultivator's Caravan actually. I sort of like this when I'm running out of cards. Okay, we are forcing the opponent to go wide. Will he suicide the Copter for a loot? Yeah, he is. He's going to go looking for a Declaration in Stone. Discard a Thraben Inspector. Two Spiders will give us 2 more energy to work with. We're blowing up the board next turn anyway, so the loss of the Spiders isn't a big deal. I feel like we've made the opponent go significantly wide enough. We're going to get a 4 for 1 with this Worldbreaker. Yep. Bombardment. Gain more here. Opponent's tapped out. Seems like the perfect time. E6, 7. So, we'll begin combat. Attack with the team. I mean, this has to be pretty scary if you're on his side of the table right now. So we're taking out that Cultivator's Caravan. We're going to gain 3 energy from the spiders. We're going to get another energy from the Evolving Wilds. Will it be up to 11 energy? Yeah, that won't save it. He's the Swiss Army knife of the Eldrazi, the Worldbreaker. Takes care of a lot of things in the format. Do we activate this now? I'm happy to. Choose our own creature, deal 0. Draw a card. And there's Emrakul. So we have 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, we have more than enough to hardcast Emrakul. At this stage, Gideon's just not going to be enough. Opponent's not dead. He has 17. Still has 17 life. There's things like Declaration in Stone that he would definitely keep in. Can answer Emrakul and answer Worldbreaker. We're going to go for a freebie Emrakul though, off our Aetherworks Marble to start. Okay, play this. Spin the wheel again. Ishkanar is a great hit. Really good hit. Yeah, opponent's going to scoop to Emrakul. I mean, at the end of the game, I want to go back and watch that game again. I feel like our opponent had a bit of a suboptimal draw. He wasn't very quick. Game 2, he really crushed us though. It was a good showing for the deck, a good showing for the matchup. Maybe my sideboarding isn't the best. Probably wouldn't hate a third Kozilek's Return in the board. It's just that the Galvanic Bombardments are actually mostly for the blue-white matchup. So yeah. Alright, well that's one tier 1 deck we've run into. Hopefully we can get a few more.